Glenn Coldenhoff je iskusni nizozemski profesionalni motocross vozač. Rođen 1991. godine, poznat po svojoj iznimnoj konstantnosti i nadimku The Hoff. Tijekom svoje dugogodišnje karijere u prestižnom MXGP Svjetskom prvenstvu ostvario je nekoliko pobjeda na velikim nagradama, a najveći timski uspjeh postigao je 2019. godine kada je s reprezentacijom Nizozemske osvojio prestižni kup nacija u Assenu. Nakon što je prethodnu sezonu završio na izvrsnom trećem mjestu u ukupnom poretku klase MXGP, odlučio je okrenuti novu stranicu u karijeri. Danas se primarno natječe u brazilskom motocross prvenstvu. Tamo vozi za tvornički tim Yamaha C6 Bank IMS Racing na motociklu Yamaha, dok paralelno u Europi nastupa na odabranim utrkama za vlastiti novo osnovani tim Glenn Coldenhoff Racing. Glenn se i ovoga puta rado odazvao pozivu GP1 TV-a te vam otkriva kako izgleda ova nova era njegove karijere. Hi Glenn, nice to see you again. I must say I went to the first race in Argentina and we missed you a lot. It's so strange to come to the MXGP and not seeing you there. So how are you, first of all?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, for me it's also a bit weird, after 15 years of doing MXGP, not lining up for round one. Of course, I was watching because I still do love the sport, and yeah, it was weird not being there, and also already past winter, usually I start training straight. Let's say you have 4 weeks off and you start preparing yourself for the new season, which actually now I took a bit more time off because, my season in Brazil starts a bit later. So took some time off, enjoyed a little bit with the family, and just started training January, where, normally you're already 2 months of physical training and riding, of course. So it's been different, and but I must say, I choose to go to Brazil and did some races there already. Obviously had a bit of a tough start, but I'm enjoying it so far. It's a whole new chapter, a whole new challenge for me, and I enjoy it so far. So it's good.
Tell me how the idea of coming to Brazil, going there and racing even came up.
15 years in MXGP is quite long, and I felt like I was ready for something new. The opportunities I had in MXGP, they were not suiting my needs, and that's why, I checked for a seat somewhere in USA for the outdoors only, but it's a bit tough there as well. So and then I spoke with the people, Wellington Valadares from EMS. I spoke with him at MX of Nations, and I told him, nothing is sure yet what I'm going to do. I'm still looking for opportunities, and in the end, not really a lot of opportunities came for me. So that's why I got deeper into talking with them, and in the end, we made it happen. Like I said, I was ready for a change, ready for something new, and so far so good. They take really, really good care of me. I'm happy where I'm at. Obviously had a tough start. Things didn't go as planned, but I feel like we're playing a bit of catch up now. But I'm enjoying so far. It's a whole new thing, and I like it.
How different is it, the tracks, the atmosphere in Brazil compared to Europe?
Yeah, the fans, they are crazy, but I knew that already before going there. We have had, I think, 3 or 4 MXGPs in Brazil, and the fans, they are insane. The passion they have, the emotion they have on the races, and the amount of people are coming to watch to the races is quite impressive. And of course, one race more than the other, but I feel like the real passion for our sport, which we love the most. It's super big in Brazil, and yeah, it's really nice.
You had a tough start to in Canelinha, I think it's the name of the track.
Yes.
You crashed in the first race, but in the second round you already had the moto win. You won, so okay, you won, but I still think there's a big competition there. When I see your times and their times, they're pretty fast. I didn't expect that in Brazil.
No, they are for sure. They're really fast, and I would have expected already a little bit like that. I mean, it's a quite nice story. Like when I speak with, for example, Jeffrey Herlings, when he's racing in the UK or he's racing in France, they're always British guys or yeah, like guys from France. They are really fast on diet tracks, and it's I feel like it's a bit of the same there. Obviously, yeah, like Enzo is leading the championship right now, and for sure he's from Brazil. He's very fast. I think they have a really good structure with our team, and obviously Jeremy, like it looks like he's faster than ever before. So competition is big. There for sure are more good riders there, and I have to work hard and hope to get some more wins soon because I'm already 29 points behind, which is quite big in only 3 rounds. So, but yeah, like I said, I had a tough start. I had a big arm pump on round one, and then a crash in the start. You lose straight away so many points, and yeah, I'm obviously still a bit testing and trying to find the right setup for me there. And but like you said, in round two I got a moto win. So that in the end it's positive. And if you look at the second and third round, it's been raining a lot. More rain than I ever see before.
You had only one moto, even.
Yeah,
Because
exactly,
of
exactly. On round three, we only had one moto because yeah, it was super tough condition. I think one part of the track, I was every single lap, I was happy that I go through there, and then got stuck. So it was bad. Like actually, already round two was with the rain before second moto was a lot, but I feel like there's a difference in rain. I mean, I'm used to rain a lot here in the Netherlands, but when it starts raining in Brazil, it's from a different level. So yeah, but it looks like from now I'm flying out tomorrow back to Brazil, and from now on looks like it's going to be very hot, like 40 degrees or even more. So I think we are done now with the mud. So.
Yeah. What about the soil in Brazil? Is it always hard pack? How different is it from comparing to Europe?
No, I feel like they do a pretty good job on preparation for the track. Obviously, it's also only a 1 day event for me. I mean, there is racing going on Saturday already, but our races only is on Sunday, and which is actually two practices from 15 minutes, which is very short, and then straight two motos. The motos are 35 minutes, so that is pretty good. And the dirt, yeah. Typical Brazilian ground, a little bit red clay. It's a bit different, but yeah, like I said, they prepare really well, and yeah, so far I enjoy the dirt there.
And explain to us how is it that you can ride in Brazil and also you can ride in the Netherlands? What type of team is that, and how do you manage all that?
Yeah, like my main priority this year is Brazil. I signed for them, and I also have a family with two daughters at home, so I prefer to stay a bit more at home as well, and spend a bit more time with them. And yeah, for that reason, I set up actually a bit of my own team here in the Netherlands. I'm organizing everything myself, like parts, like, you know, all technical stuff which I've never done before, so it's quite tough. But
A
yeah,
new
luckily I
challenge.
have a yeah, it's definitely a new challenge, and I think yeah, the months that I wasn't racing, like November, December, and wasn't training, like I was organizing all those kind of stuff, and yeah, it's pretty new, but also that, you know, I'm only learning from that, and I enjoyed it. Like yeah, like I said, I've been lucky that I get the amount of support I have from all my partners this year. So yeah, the main goal was to ride a lot of races here in the Netherlands, because also for my Dutch fans, it's nice to be able, you know, to do some races here again, because in the past I didn't do so many, because I felt like yeah, MXGP season is super tough, especially also with all the traveling and all the races. And so I didn't race a lot in the Netherlands the past years. So it's good for me, you know, to do that again. I think I will do more or less like 10 races around here. And yeah, with the only reason is to stay fit for the main championship, which is in Brazil. And, you know, I think it's a good combination, but I've been very busy over the past months for sure.
Are your bikes identical, the one you ride in Brazil and this one in the Netherlands, or you have to adapt
No,
to what other bike every time?
yes. No, I'm here. I'm just riding stock bikes with a good pipe, a good clutch, and a good ECU. That's it. So, you know, it's for me, it's when it's deep sand, I struggle a bit, you know. I definitely need more power. I mean, but if you know that last year, for example, I was using 8 horsepower more than what I'm using now. So it's a big change, and yeah, you really feel that on the deep sand races. But like yesterday, the race I did, it's a bit more hard pack than, you know, I
In
can get
Marcello?
away with it. Yeah, in Markelo, it was a bit more hard, so you know, then the difference is not as big, you know, as in the deep sand. So, but yeah, it's different here. Here I'm just riding standard, of course, with good suspension, and suspension is the same there. But as far as engine, yeah, it's different. There, I definitely have a lot more power. But yeah, like I said, we didn't do so much testing over the winter time. We just started a bit testing now during the week when I'm there. But you know, I'm only there for 4 days or 5 days. So, and then yeah, the training tracks are most of the time not the same as racing. So, you know, and then yeah, the 1 day format, of course, don't really help me. But yeah, we will do our best, and we do the maximum we can.
So you actually had a moto win in Herde with a stock bike?
In Herde, I didn't win. I
No?
win one moto in Brazil.
I'm Brazil.
No,
Okay.
yeah, in
I thought
Brazil,
that was
I
the
won one
race my
moto.
father came to, and he said Glenn was so fast. He was great. So you
Yeah,
looked good in Herde actually.
yeah, it was not too bad, not too bad. No, I've had some good races here for sure. And yeah, like I said, it's nice to be back here in the Netherlands and do some races.
I see they treat you very well in Brazil because something new for you is also to come and go from races in helicopters, private jets, and things like that. So finally, after 15 years of career, you are like a movie star there, not going home with a
Yeah,
camper.
no, it's not really like that. I mean, we had a on Canalinho, we had a flight in the evening, and there were like 30,000 people, and everybody wanted to go home. And the only way to make that flight was to go by the helicopter, which is there is always a helicopter on the race, you know, for people to go in and watch over the place and on the races. And yeah, my boss, he went to the people and he said, yeah, please, can you bring us to the airport, or at least close to the airport? So that was quite funny. And then we landed just somewhere in a field near the airport, and then we had to take an Uber to go there, and we finally made our flight. So that was yeah, it was quite crazy. But I would say that's not the normal standards. I think it's just a bit lucky that I had this opportunity. And then yeah, for round three, the owner of the bank, C6 Bank, he has a private jet, and we were lucky to get on this plane, and yeah, that makes traveling a lot more easier for sure. But I've never been before on a private jet, so it was a cool experience as well.
Yeah, it was strange for me because we are friends with Roman Jelen. He's practically our neighbor
Yes.
here, and I saw his story, and I looked you and Roman in a private jet. I didn't know what was going on actually.
Yeah, it's quite funny. Yeah, that's nice.
You are following MXGP, I suppose, this year. What do
Of
you
course.
say about the changes, about the competition? It's a little bit different this year.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of young guys jumping in, and obviously, yeah, I also saw yesterday like Kai de Wolf is doing really well. I still expect quite some big things from him, and I think it's like kind of a war there, you know, when you go into the moto, the amount of risk that has been taken this year already, I think is quite high. The competition is very, very strong, and I hope everybody will stay safe because, you know, like if you're racing on this high level, the risk is very high, and obviously our sport, you know, has also a downside of it, which is the injuries. But as far now, the racing has been quite exciting. A lot of things has happened already, and I think it's going to be a good year for the championship for 100%.
What do you think about Jeffrey on Honda and Tim on Yamaha? That's so strange to see, but they're doing great. They're still adapting a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, you know, I've made that big change also, going from KTM to Yamaha, and I can tell you from my experience that it's not been easy, you know. And we've seen also last year with Jorge Prado going to Kawasaki, you know, it's such a big change. It's not easy. So I was a bit surprised by the performance of Jeffrey, of course, straight round one, going 1-1. It's hats off, and obviously
Absolutely.
Tim is doing really well. Also, you know, winning a moto, it's huge, and especially after, you know, he's got the big injury, you know, the with
Broken
the
ribs,
ribs.
yeah.
Yeah, broken ribs is not just something, you know, like breathing is very tough, and the amount of pain you have on those conditions, it's very hard, and I think they are both doing really well. And yeah, like I said, the competition is tough, so every single weekend you need to be on 100% to be up there, and yeah, it's for me, I'm a bit surprised by the performance from them. Like it's a big change, and they are doing really well both actually.
And what about the young guys? There's Lucas, there's Kai, and Adamo also. So uh,
Yeah,
they're giving a hard time to the old boys, let's say.
yeah, sure. I think the thing is like starts are getting even more important than it has been in the past already. Like for example, like Adamo, if you take a good start, he can finish inside top five, you know? Like it's just working like that. And there are only few guys out there which are able to come through the field, but there are not many. Like, you know, yeah, of course, Jeffrey, we know he can do that. But yeah, I've also seen Kai yesterday. You know, he had a bad start. He came from 10. Of course, they were not all GP guys, but still, like, he was able to overtake Jeffrey as well, you know. So it's uh, it's a tough class. Starts are important, and the young guys are mixing it up. It's nice to see.
What I like is that they're not the same on hardback and sand. So you expect Jeffrey and Kai to be great on the sand, and maybe Tim and maybe better on the hardback.
Yeah.
So you can't know who will win. You actually 10 riders right now can be on a podium in MXGP, maybe even more sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you look at the amount of world champions are in this class, it's yeah, maybe 8 guys or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of titles,
Yeah.
and it's nice to see that the 450 is like the real main class again. You know, like young guys moving up. It's good for the championship, good for the fight, and between the older guys and the younger guys, it's I think for the public, it's really nice to see and make them go to the GPs, yeah, more quick, I believe.
How known is motocross in Brazil? Is it like in Europe? There's a small, let's say, group of people when you compare it to football that watches this sport, or it's maybe bigger in Brazil than in Europe?
It's hard to say. I've been only at the same area, let's say. The first three races were more or less in the same area, a bit more in the south. For sure, there is, the interest for motocross is big. But from what I've heard, like in the north of the country, it's even more big. And they expect at the race in Santa Cruz, like 70 till 80,000
Ooh, a lot.
people. So I believe it's definitely a little bit bigger there than yeah, for sure for that country, because the country is very, very big. I think it's even bigger than Europe itself. So yeah, it's huge. It's yeah, one of the main sports, I think.
Is it then easier to find sponsors in Brazil than in Europe? Because I know you had some work with that in the Netherlands this winter. So was it hard?
I think if you look just at parts, it's more difficult to get parts into Brazil because they have a rule like you pay 100% tax. So, for
Oh,
example, my suspension here, if it's like 5,000 euro, like if you want to get it there, it's like 10,000. So, to get things there, it's very, very expensive and very difficult to get it inside the country because I've been traveling with my suspension, but it got stuck at customs, and it's been taken a while to get my suspension there, and yeah, it's just things are more difficult. Yeah, it's not easy.
and in Europe to find the sponsors to do the season in the Netherlands, was it hard? I know you're a big name
Yeah,
in the MXGP sports, but also I know that people are not fond of giving money away if they don't
no,
have to.
no, sure not. Like I'm lucky to have like a few private sponsors which helped me for so many years already, and then I just spend a bit money myself on parts, on bikes, and all that. And like I said, I'm lucky to have a lot of technical parts and partners that help me out. So that is less of a cost for me. But yeah, it's definitely been difficult here. I feel like in Brazil, like the big bank jumped in that new team where I'm at, C6 Bank, and I think when we get the competition even better there, for sure there might be big sponsors jumping in, and I feel like MGP should try again to get the GP there again, because it's such a big country. The competition is getting better, the series is getting better, and obviously, yeah, like if big banks like C6 Bank jumps in, it's can only be good for our sport in general.
Yeah, probably we would have a full ramp in Brazil in MXGP, not 15 or
Yes.
20 guys, if there are so
No.
many fast guys there. Maybe it would be
Yeah,
nice to
sure.
see you and Jeremy on racing in
Back on the
Brazil.
Brazilian GP.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that would be nice. I mean, I'm talking quite a lot with Jeremy, and yeah, we speak a lot about those things. So yeah, it's nice.
And is there a chance to see you on an MXGP race this season?
Yeah, I'll have to see because like I said before, I have 8 horsepower less. I'm working on getting a better engine. I feel like with the bikes I have now, I'm not capable of doing solid results. And with solid results, I mean, yeah, top 10, so if I'm able to get a better bike, I definitely want to do my home round in Arnhem. But yeah, like I don't want to decide it yet because yeah, I first want to feel good with my bike and feel like I can be competitive. And if I'm at that stage, I definitely want to do MXGP of Arnhem. Like it's a super nice GP. I have good memories there, and yeah, to do just one more MXGP, I think would be nice for me and also for my Dutch fans.
Perfect. Glenn, thank you very much for this interview. It's always nice to talk to you. You're such a nice guy, and we all miss you in MXGP, actually, really.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And I have a wish for you for this season, of course, not to get injured, to enjoy racing. And I have a little wish. I really, really don't want anybody to get hurt, but I would love you to see you on the MX of Nations in Erne. That's my wish, but I hope you can manage. Maybe some things happen, no injuries, but I would like to see you there.
No, I think could be nice. I mean, we have super good riders here in the Netherlands. Obviously, I think it's clear in the MXGP class. It's like Kai and Jeffrey, which are, you know, on a very, very high level. And we even have more riders, you know, that are able to fill those spots. But, you know, for me, you know, I love the event. I love the MX of Nations. I'm always to put something more to this event, you know, and just do a bit better than what I'm used to. And if I get the call, you know, I'm always open to jump in, and I'll make sure I'm just fit, you know, by that time. And if they call me, I'm always ready, because I'm a proud Dutch, and I will always jump in when needed.
If they call you and say, we have a nice MX2 bike for you, would you be willing to try?
If I have like the factory Yamaha MX2 bike, I'm open for that. You know, my weight is around 70, and I can drop some kilos even more if needed. So I think my weight and my style of riding, it's good for the 250. And, you know, when I ride a 250 bike, I always enjoy. So, you know, if I have a bit of time to prepare, I'm always open for that. And we'll see. It would be nice to know a little bit up front, you know, that you can start prepare for it. But even though if it's last minute, I'll give it a go. Yeah. Imagine Netherlands, Kai, Jeffrey, and you on 250. That would be a hard one to beat. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, that's up to the federation what they are going to decide. And I think we also have some good MX2 riders which are coming up. And if they can improve, you know, they also have good riders there. So, you know, anyway, like I said, I'm open for it. But if not, it's also okay. Yeah, you already had great results in the MX of Nations, and I can't forget us, and I was there, and that was the best riding of your life for sure. Yeah, sure. You know, winning the MX of Nations for the first time, doing that in our country in front of our king, which was there as well. Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that, for sure. Thank you, Glenn, and I hope to see you soon, and the best of luck for the rest of the season. Enjoy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.
Climb Badlands namijenjen je vozačima koji od opreme traže maksimum zaštite, izdržljivosti i pouzdanosti. Takva oprema dolazi do izražaja na dugim putovanjima, u promjenjivim vremenskim uvjetima i na rutama gdje nema prostora za kompromise. Badlands već godinama ima snažan status među ljubiteljima adventure i touring vožnje, upravo zato što ulijeva povjerenje od prvog kilometra. Na sebi nosi ozbiljnost, funkcionalnost i kvalitetu koju vozač osjeća tijekom cijelog dana. Za one koji motociklizam ne doživljavaju površno nego kao pravi stil života, Badlands je oprema na koju se može računati.